To all mothers in 2020, you are enough, you have enough, you do enough, you love enough. Right now, you might be trying to juggle work, relationships, home life, personal time, and homeschooling all at the same time. Right now, you might be reaching for the wine a few minutes earlier each day. You might have rediscovered your old high school habit of smoking. Right now, you might want to walk out your front door and never return, or just kick everyone out and change the locks. Right now, you might not feel heard, understood, loved, or even neglected. Let's take a moment to do some honest reflection. March 2020 was not your fault. Nobody knew we'd be setting up mini schools in our homes, restricted from what we're used to doing, put on lockdown in some cases, and toilet paper would run out at the stores. Give yourself a break. All of a sudden, you are planning spring breaks and graduations, but now it's living in a completely new society. Let that sink in. Allow yourself to feel that experience. What if you feel shock, trauma, or like a victim? It's okay. We've all had to adjust to a drastic change. And guess what? So did our kiddos. This is the first time in our lives that the entire world is feeling and going through almost the same situation. I want you to be heard. I want you to feel heard. Let yourself now have permission to observe anything that comes up. Grief, shame, anger. Let it up, let it out. Feel it. And please try not to go into any blame. Keep this about you. This process of allowing is not an end game. It has no expectations. You are simply allowing yourself the time to feel. Sometimes our feelings are stuffed on, stuffed out, stuffed to. Or sometimes they're on overdrive and it's like our bodies won't stop creating them. Sometimes our minds have a dopamine release when we have intense emotions and feelings. Wherever you are, there you are. And I'm asking that you stay present in it and observe. So let's take a moment to breathe and give yourself credit for listening to this video. The fact that you're here with me means a lot to yourself. Set aside the observation of feelings for just a second and tune into your own personal energy frequency. Not the mom energy, not the wife energy, the energy with no attachments. Your sovereign self. Breathe that in. What you do and who you are does not define your parenting. And it certainly doesn't define your parenting to others. Because the others are going to see you through the lens that they choose to wear. So right now, let go of any judgments, negative energy, dirty looks, comparison you might have to be the perfect mother. And for a moment, let go of any needs to fix, save, help, prepare, teach, guide, and protect. All of this will happen naturally, either from you or the beautiful world we live in. Being a mother is like breathing. It's natural. It's nature. It's going to happen if you participate in it or not. You're gonna be the worst or the best, depending on your child's perspectives. And so be mindful not to define yourself through others' eyes, especially your children. Yes, they can give us reflection, okay? But when we give our energy, when you give your energy and your power away to your children, they get lost really quickly. It's a good idea to take action or have a handle on situations as yourself and not in the name of motherhood. Because trying to redefine motherhood to every mother is like trying to redefine God. Don't reinvent the wheel. If you have a child, that child is not your property. Yes, you can guide and lift and help and teach and give choices, but I'm asking you to look over the uniform you wear when you do this. When you answer your child, for instance, because I'm your mother and I said so, you're in line with a game of domination and control. And when there's this kind of control, there will always be war and battle and a need for someone to be the challenger or the leader. Your children will want to take you over like a game of battleship. I'm asking right now that we, all as mothers, in this particular time in history, see this as an opportunity to reevaluate ourselves, allow ourselves to feel, let go of expectations and doubts and judgments, and go even deeper into the title itself. In fact, this morning, I asked my daughter if she wanted to try out an energy exercise where she pretended she was adopted and never knew her parents. Just to hold that frequency and the understanding of the effects that I have had, or her father or her family, in her own sovereign upbringing. Anyway, so let's go back to now. We all get dinners to make, jobs to do, laundry, shopping, planning, and loving ways to be mothering. But if you start to feel bogged down, like you can't breathe and you're upset and you forgot how to laugh or you're overwhelmed, please know you're not supposed to endure all of that just because you're a mother. You're a mother, not a martyr. You're a human being, not a twice-baked stuffed potato. So going back to the beginning, the awareness exercises are great. These keep us in the present and focused and accountable. You can tell yourself that you matter by doing this. You're giving yourself attention. Even in the darkest moments when you want comfort or attention or to be seen from your family, that's not always going to happen. Discipline yourself to know thyself. It's not selfish. And to all moms out there, we're all figuring this out. Let's just allow this 2020 to do what it's naturally doing. And that's opening up our eyes to see clearly. So here's an exercise I invite you to try. You can do it now or later. And you can do this anywhere. So what you do is you start with your feet. And you feel them and pay attention to them and focus them. Wiggle your toes or move them around a little bit. And so what happens is you focus on your feet and then you go all the way up your body. So the feet can say hi to the ankles or hello or notice them. And then your ankles move up into your calves and your calves to your knees. And then the knees all the way up into the hips and throughout the whole body, all the way up to your head, down your arms, back up. Just get to all of your body. And the part of this exercise that can be challenging is, let's say you get up to the knees and then all of a sudden, oh, what's for dinner? Guess what? You got to start over, okay? So the focus and the attention is in your body, aware, from your feet all the way up to the top of your head. And, do this for 5 minutes. See how far you go. It's not a race. It's not a challenge. And try to see if you can get it, like I said, all the way from the feet, all the way up to the top of the head with no distractions. And see how just doing that exercise every day or every other day starts to bring a sense of clarity to you. All right? So be mindful of the uniform you are wearing. And you are enough. You have enough. You do enough. You love enough. I send this to you, mothers. All mothers. Past and future mothers. With love.